Yeah. Y'all fall off, nigga. Yeah. See this here full of straight falling, nigga. Niggas know how to relax up in here.
Yo.
What's up?
You gonna follow up on that?
Yes, sir.
All right.
We in there.
All right, look.
There.
We back in the lab. We back in the studio. Captain's Law Podcast and YouTube show. I'm one of your hosts, Rick. I'm one of your hosts. Damn, I'm high. I'm one of your hosts. Rob. This is my man, Rick. What's up, Rick?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
It's all downhill from here. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
I see that.
Look, special guest tonight, man. Long-awaited episode. I've got the two owners, founders, whatever the businessmen, entrepreneurs, Mr. Richie Bird, Mr. George Dominguez, Home Court.
Yes, sir.
DMV. What's happening?
What's up, y'all?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, no. Whoa. You ain't got to do that. I got you.
Oh, excuse me.
I got to get a professional clap out here. Got to get the clapping.
Professional clap would be clappers.
Yeah, there you go. Listen, as I spoke to you before, man, it's going to be a good conversation. There's a lot of questions I have. There's a lot of questions that people have. Mm-hmm. But first, we like to do a weekend recap, and we'll start with you guys. How was your weekend?
It was great, man. A little tired, but great, for sure.
Oh, yeah? Tell me about it.
Started, we had a street market gallery we host every month at the last Saturday of every month. That went from 12 to 6 p.m. on Saturday. That's just full of like 30 plus vendors. We get food trucks or food vendors out there. We got a couple DJs that were working it, but we got a big playlist that we play that everybody loves. But that was Saturday, and then I let Rich take Sunday.
Okay.
Saturday was great, man. Yeah, the event turned out great. It was a little hot, so the turnout might have not been as good as it could have been, but it was still beautiful nonetheless. I think everybody enjoyed it. Vibes are always good. If you haven't come out to one of our street markets, I highly recommend it. It's the last Saturday of every month. But yeah, we did that on Saturday. And on Sunday, G did a lot of shrooms. I wasn't too much a part of that, but we went out to his quarry out in West Virginia, relaxed to end the weekend for our boy Gio's birthday. Other than that, it was chill. It was cool.
Good to go. Sounds like an eventful weekend.
Rick, what you got?
I had so if you don't know, I do have a firearm business. I am a firearms instructor, licensed in the state of Maryland, and I was conducting carry and conceal classes. So the gun laws have changed in Maryland. It went from a may issue state to a shall issue state. So long as you don't have a criminal background, you apply for your carry and conceal, you're more likely to get approved. So I had that class this weekend. And like I told you guys earlier, that's why I missed the event, but I'm definitely gonna be at the next one. I am kind of like a shoe nerd myself. Not heavy into it, but I do like having nice feet.
Hey, I'm gonna be at the next concealed carry class too. So.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But other than that was about it.
Look at them connections. You see how I do that? Just wrap it up.
God did.
Just wrap it up.
God did.
All right.
That song is fire, by the way.
So for me, you know what I'm saying? I'm still kind of half broke out here, but I definitely had to pull up to the Sunday event. It was a little warm, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't nowhere to fucking park.
You were on crutches.
The event, and I was on a crutch.
Told this motherfucker get a scooter, bro.
Sweat ragged up. I was good to go. I had me some water. I was hydrated. I was out there. You know what I'm saying? Myself, my other man pulled up, checked out some vendors. It was some really cool throwback stuff out there. I think it was a dude selling a PlayStation 2 out there joint, fresh in the box. We had a guy selling some records, guys selling some really old trucker hats. Some people having their own clothing line, other shoe resellers, jewelry. You know what I mean? They had some flower stuff out there, food. It was a good look, and the inside was popping, man. I think really one of the highlights of that entire event was that room you guys showed me with the comic book strips all over the place, and then the shit on the wall, and just you know what I'm saying, the classic clothes in there, you know, like that shit was cool. If you haven't seen that, it's on my TikTok. Make sure you look that up, Captain's Log Podcast. I did just a little snippet on there, and I thought that shit was cool. You know what I'm saying? Even though I didn't buy nothing, I was like, shit, like I ain't never seen that. That's you would only see some shit like that in the museum. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like art.
Yeah. I mean, you coming out, you know, you coming out and you talking about it. That's all the support we need at the end of the day. But yeah, that room's cool, man. Me and G put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that room. Broke our backs. Used for the floor. We used old comic books that I had at my my mom's house, and then we did. I think we did old Playboys on the walls. What was it?
Old vintage.
Yeah, vintage Playboys.
That's when the joints was a little pointy. That's when they were pointy.
The cones.
That's when they had them cone tits.
Good cones.
I had to show you the OJ ad, bro. I meant to show you the OJ ad when you were over. I'm gonna send you a picture of that after that.
They had a lot of shit, man.
That's what's I like stuff like that. My kids are very artsy, especially like my oldest one. She likes to draw. She's in the anime heavy, so we're always talking about stuff and doing stuff like that. Like the kids came home with Pokemon cards, bro. I was excited.
That's
Reagan has a holographic Pikachu. I said, you better put that thing in some plastic and let it sit. And that, and then I started reminiscing on how I used to tell them like I had a notebook, a 3-inch notebook binder full of Pokemon cards back in the day. So like that would be dope to put it like in a frame or like a coffee table or stuff like that. Like
that's history, man.
Yeah, especially when you go into like bars and they take like all the bottle caps and they put it in epoxy and then the bars.
That's exactly what we're going.
I like stuff like that. So that's dope, man. When he was telling me about it, I was like, damn. I was like, that is fire. Comic books and then the magazines. That's dope, bro. So shout out to y'all for that. To our artistic eyes.
Okay. All right. So we done with the weekend recap, man. I know we already 10, 15 minutes in, but just let the people know who you guys are and what you do.
Oh, you might be frozen, but my name's Rich. I'm one of the owners, the founder. My socials are Rich Burgundy. But yeah, we started this 5 years ago, and it's an ever evolving project. But yeah, I just help run it, I guess.
Okay. And George, what do you do?
What do I do specifically?
I mean, just y'all businessmen.
Nah, man. I pushed hard when we first started, man. Like I know it wasn't easy at all. Like to get where we're at today. A lot of ideas, we all have the same vision as far as like the whole team we have. It's not just us two; it's the whole team we have. But a lot of that came from like the team we built over the 5 years we had this thing together. But like specifically, what I do is, I want to call it now like creative content. I guess you want to put, but not just like content with what you see on IG, but just everything when you come in the store and you see in general, like when you like the experience you had when you came in there. You know what I'm saying? We all put that together and make sure you have an experience when you come into the store.
I feel like G's a little humble about what he does.
Yeah.
We were talking about this yesterday. G's the idea man, and he's not the idea man that has an idea that pops into his head and he voices it and then it goes away. He's the idea man that he comes up with an idea. I'm a realist, so I tend to shoot things down more than I probably should.
Sounds
but
like
he's the kind of person you need in your corner that he has an idea and he fully believes it and he pushes for it, and that's a huge strength of his. And I try to shoot a lot of things down, but he pushes for them anyway, and they end up usually being great ideas.
Rich, I kind of feel like you were like that in high school too. You were very like, no, this sounds not good. It sounds dumb.
Hey man, whenever the couple of days a week I was there, I think I was like that.
Yeah. But look though, so you didn't actually tell the audience like what do you guys do? So I know off bucks, we talking shoes. So you guys are shoe resellers, and what else?
So basically what we do here is, I guess I'd like to categorize it as a sneaker resale shop. We have a barber shop. We do some kind of like clothes printing. We resell vintage clothing, like hype sneakers, I guess, and clothing, curated, like anything from Supreme low end streetwear to like high end streetwear. Your Amiris, your Rudes, to designer Louis, Gucci, all the designer shit. And we have a Celine bag in here for the girls. So it's really a resale shop that spans the spectrum of everything that people might find themselves into these days as far as fashion goes. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good rundown of what we do here. And I guess
humble about that too, though.
That's normally how it
They
is,
selling
though.
fly shit in there.
we got that
All right.
flash.
Fly shit,
Flash
bro.
shit. Yeah, I gotta come in there ASAP.
All right, so let's get into it, man. So what made you guys want to become the entrepreneurs you are today?
This system's not for us, bro. Like we weren't taught anything at all. How to move, especially in I guess what we're making our own industry for real, or trying to perfect it. There's nobody that's ever capitalized on it for real. There's a couple, Rich can go into that, but like nobody in our area, nobody our age group, But we also put a lot of people on with that. So because we build off that too. Their strength is our strength. Like we put a lot of we give a lot of people chances and just opportunity.
Yeah, I mean,
try to give as much game as way too. Like it's crazy.
Free game is we always like to give away free game. That's a big thing. I think initially what compelled me to become an entrepreneur was, in my 20s, I did a lot of things. I did some things I'm not, particularly proud of, and some things I'm proud of. I was an IT guy. I was a real estate appraiser, and sometimes I was just a bum kind of. So what compelled me was kind of like, I don't want to work for anybody. I want to do my own thing. I want to take something that I know a bit about and kind of just try to monetize it. Sneakers was something I've always been particularly passionate about more than a lot of other things. So initially it was just this idea to try to do something for myself. I could make my own hours. I could come and go as I please. And it kind of transformed into this idea that, once you get into it and you start learning about it and you're here in the real world applying it, you start to realize that coming from underprivileged background, you don't know anything about the way the world works as far as business and being an entrepreneur. And now that we're 5 years in and consider myself a bit of a success, it's great now that the mission is kind of transformed into let's teach the youngins how to do it. Let's give them what we never had, because I feel like growing up in this area, it was always very cliquey. It was always very the cool kids had it over here, but they wouldn't tell you how to get it over here. And we're trying to kind of like fight that system and kind of just go back to trying to help people, kind of similar to how Atlanta does it.
Hey, those y'all responses are by far, like, I'm going to say probably some of the most humbling responses I've heard in a while. And the only reason why I say that is because you guys are not just thinking about yourselves and trying to make a profit. Like, you're actually trying to provide some type of community wealth. You see what I'm saying? So
you don't hear that too often.
You definitely don't hear that too often. And me and Leon talk about this all the time. You got a lot of people that's out here that are business owners and entrepreneurs and are successful. First and foremost, you said that y'all been doing this for 5 years, but you kind of downscaled it by saying a bit of success. No, that is straight success, like to the utmost, because you've had it for so long and it doesn't seem like that is slowing down. So please make sure that you own what you have, especially when it comes to a business. I have 2 businesses myself on top of everything else that I do. And sometimes we kind of I'm not gonna say we take it for granted, but then we put ourselves on the short end of the stick. Sometimes you just got to take that extra little bit and praise yourself. But like I said, the fact that you guys are thinking about and then trying to establish that community wealth and give back and then share your knowledge, because that's the thing. You got everybody that's out here that's doing stuff, but they're not sharing the wisdom. They're not sharing the knowledge. You know, everybody's school system or upbringing was different, and some people just don't know that have the know-how. You know what I mean? So you just provide just that little tidbit, whether you affect one person or 20, you know, consider that a success story. So excellent story and excellent response. So my bad, kind of ran a little bit.
Go ahead. We keep
but
moving.
next question. So you talked about why you guys started, but how did you guys start? Like, give us like the baseline of, you know, how you guys met and like what was that moment it was saying, aha, we need to go ahead and start this, you know, this shoe resale business.
I'll let G start that one.
Go back when we first met. It was back in seventh grade, I think. Sixth grade.
Seventh grade.
That's what's up.
Back in
Way back.
middle. Yeah, way back. And we always just, I don't know, we just always had this bond. You know, I was always, I grew up around his cousin. You know, we were kind of close. He'd always come around my neighborhood. And then when I found out that he was his cousin, I was like, you know, you damn near family. And it's been like that since day one for real. I feel like that. I know he feels like that too. But as far as us coming back around and actually doing this, it originally started with him. Rich, you know, this is Rich's idea. This is home court is Rich's. But unfortunately, his cousin passed away.
Sorry to hear that,
man.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
back in 2017. And at the funeral, we were both. He had just got started. He told me like, yo, I'm about to open this store in 3 weeks. I was like, what? I was like, damn, let me see, you know, let me go check you out. I think like 2 days later, I came to check him out. And I had my own brand. I just started my own brand called Longwood at the time. And then I don't know, when I first saw it, you saw it. It looks nothing like how it was when you saw it today on Saturday.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
But
it's been through some changes.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it was just a room, and it was some shoes in there, and I was like, okay, I see, I got something going on in here, but it's a total fucking transformation now.
So, and then from there, it just went like, you know, I mean, it just grew. It was literally it's a story from nothing to something, and it's a long, hard ride too. No, I mean, damn,
It's been
wow, it's a wild ride, man.
As crazy as it is to say, like, you know, my cousin passing away was a catalyst for me and G coming back together. I think after you know, I didn't graduate high school, but G did. G went a certain direction after high school. I went another direction, and we always stayed cool, but we weren't super close. And then we ran into each other at the funeral, and it was just ever since that day, we've been inseparable again in terms of, you know, just being eye to eye, seeing things, seeing the same vision for home court. But yeah, we started out with just a collection of shoes. I started out really kind of dumb, honestly, like having no knowledge of business. You know, I had two friends, Des and Mo, that they customize sneakers. So they were customizing sneakers for professional athletes in 2017. They still do it to this day, Des Customs and Creative Custom Kicks. But they were doing back then. And basically this idea was, okay, they have this building that's zoned commercially. They have 2 studios in here. I can take a room and I can sell sneakers out of it. I'm going to have really low rent, and I'm going to be able to make this thing work, and I'm going to scale it up from there. Well, long story short, they ended up moving out. They didn't like the foot traffic. They didn't like people peeking into their rooms while they were creating art. It was something that, you know, just distracted them. So here I was stuck with this rent for this whole building. And, you know, throughout the past 5 years, you know, G's been around for the lights getting cut off, the water getting cut off, being, you know, on the brink of eviction. And he's one of the people here. Shout out to the whole team, but he's one of the main people that no matter how hard I wanted to close up shop, they wouldn't let me. And you know, it's unbelievably thankful for that. You know, 5 years later, we're we're all happy, we're all content. So appreciate that.
That's what's up, bro.
That's good, man.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, man.
Hey, look, you get a little too deep on me with these answers, man. God damn.
That's what's up.
I need you to turn the knob back just a little bit, man.
No, but
Man, all I'm doing is forced to afford the fly shit, man. That's it. Hey,
but you gotta
I want a
struggle
nice car
a
and
little
some
bit.
fly shit.
You gotta struggle a little bit, man. And with anybody
struggle.
that's got their own business, you're gonna
A
hit
lot of it.
those hurdles, but your business is going to be defined on how you overcome those issues and those obstacles. So the fact that you guys were, y'all kind of, it sounded like you kind of sort of hit rock bottom, but then G came up and was like, nah, we gotta keep this shit going. And the way that y'all met on the circumstances, it kind of seems like it was meant to be. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
I want to kill him like 45 times a week, but other than that,
It's normally how it is.
Yeah.
That's normally how it is.
Hate
All
to
right.
love me, I love to hate me.
So I got another question for you. What do you wish your younger self knew about your current profession?
I feel like my younger self, man, I think I just really wish I would have taken like a YouTube class or something about starting a business. I just decided I was going to do it and hopped right into it, which, there's something to be said about, having the courage to do that. But at the end of the day, the one main thing I would tell my younger self or tell any young business owner is make sure you have the capital to stay afloat, that you have the capital to keep you open, to keep food in your mouth, and to keep the doors open. As long as you have the capital to let your business flourish on its own and trust your vision, you'll be all right. And that's one thing I didn't do in the beginning, and it took a lot of evolving to figure that one out.
That's what's up.
G?
I'd probably tell my younger self to probably save money just for that exact reason of start a business. You know what I'm saying? But that just goes back to everything. All this happened for a reason. I learned a lot before, linking back up with Rich. I had multiple jobs, but I learned a lot. Like a lot of I guess, what's it called? I'm a handyman in anything I do. I don't know. I'm just good with my hands. I know how to build stuff.
You're multifaceted.
Go with the hands, boy.
Yeah. Hands work is official. But yeah, I mean, I honestly, I really, that's all I really tell myself, just save bread, bro, or try to invest in some land back then. Like we didn't know that.
One thing I'd also tell my younger self, and the one main thing I'd probably tell my younger self is, no matter how much you like your job right now, or how content you are working for somebody else, you could be broke doing your own thing, doing what you love, and you'll still be happier.
Facts.
Yeah, no matter, I had good jobs, I really did, and no matter what, they just didn't do it for me. It was like I could travel, I could do whatever I wanted, I could make things work for myself, but something was missing, and it's just that idea of being able to do it your own way it's beautiful, it's fulfilling, and it gets you through your days so much easier, helps you sleep at night.
Hey, happiness is key. You understand me?
Balance and happiness.
I'm happy as fuck right now.
Not even off of happy. You retarded, fucking Happy Gilmore. But no, not even just off of being happy in the house. Having, I would say, probably 60% of the people in the world. I don't care. I'm just throw this number out here. 60% of the people in the world, I feel, do not go to work happy. But that 40% that does, that 40% that does, oh my God, you can't tell them nothing. You can't tell them, because just that alone has second and third orders of effects, right? So you go to work happy, something happens, and you come home, what does that mean? You have a better attitude and shit when you come in the house, right? You're more at peace, you're calm, you're cool, collective. If you go to a job every day that you fucking hate, Then you come home. What happens? Well, hey,
Everybody's
how was your day at work? Man, fuck that goddamn job and like, and that shit trickles and affects your fucking house, man. That shit's key, bro.
That was me for
That was me
12
3 years
years.
ago, man.
That was my
That was
DJ Khaled input. That was a major key.
Major key alert. All right.
Yeah.
So look, man, let's get into the meat and potatoes. I need both of y'all to explain
Potatoes or potatoes,
whatever the fuck. I need y'all to explain to me. I need you to break it down for me, dumb it down for me. How is this a profitable business? Like, how is it that without giving me too much of the other goodies? How is it that if, let's say, I want to get the Air Moses tomorrow, and I got to go on the sneakers app, you know what I'm saying, to try to get in line, and next thing you know, I can't get the shits because it's sold out 10 seconds later. But then y'all on y'all page and y'all got the shoes and and they out. So just like, explain to me like what makes it what it is.
Okay. It's complicated. Let me start there. Okay. But to kind of like dumb it down a little bit, essentially what my model is, and what I think maybe, I don't know if it's a lot of people's models, because one advantage we have here of this location is, which was also like a burden in the beginning, was we don't have much overhead. The rent is pretty cheap here, and we've also we've leased out like some of the space to other businesses and downstairs and upstairs. So I've kind of gotten, I feel like this is kind of the wave of the future, is sharing space with other businesses that are like mine, and kind of moving forward as a community center type of approach. But essentially the model here is volume over everything. Basically what we do is we our model is low prices and accessibility. And in turn, we try to move volume. If you check our Instagram, or you see how we post, we try to put out between 20 and 30 pairs of shoes a day. So if you kind of think about the rotation on that, say we have a $30 to $50 margin and we're moving, 30 pairs of shoes a day, you can do the math on how a day could be profitable. Now, the downside is you're buying constantly. So you could have a day where you sell $8,000, but you could buy $10,000 worth of product that day. So it's really about having some balance, budgeting right. But at the end of the day, streetwear is in its heyday. We're at the peak right now. Streetwear and sneakers, it's the corporate culture has now shifted. People are wearing sneakers to board meetings. So we're in a place right now where, honestly, if you started 5 years ago or 4 years ago, or you have the capital to buy a lot and to have these spaces where people can come and get the shoes they want, they're going to pay for it. And our business model since we started 5 years ago has always been, feed the streets and the streets will feed you. We're not over here cracking heads. We like to think we have the best prices in the country, the best customer service in the DMV, at least. Growing up in this area, going to certain stores that I won't name names, you went in, you were treated a certain way because you were young or you looked a certain way, and they automatically assumed that you couldn't afford something or you didn't belong there, and it affected the way I shopped. So growing up, I wanted to create a place where it felt inclusive, where anybody can come and shop and they can feel comfortable. Women don't get harassed, kids don't get looked down upon, and I think all those things put together has created a cool little storm for us in terms of the relationships we create. People come in and they give us things maybe a little bit lower than they normally would because they like us. So if we can make $10 extra on that pair and it's 100 pairs a week, it adds up. And so in terms of profitability, it's really just about either having a high profit margin or doing a lot of volume, and we're on the side of volume right now.
That's what's up. That makes sense.
Okay,
that makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
Okay. Do you have any follow-ups, because it was a lot?
So say you guys mainly deal with the resale, correct? Not necessarily new shoes, but mainly just resale. Okay.
So a lot of it is brand new, a lot of it's used. It just
Okay.
depends on the day. We don't really discriminate. Used shoes are more the bread and butter. You want to have the brand new, the coolest stuff in, but that used pair of Jordans that you can buy for $100 and sell for $150, a 50% margin is your bread and butter. You could buy $1,000 shoe, but you're only going to make $100 or $200 on it. That's not a great margin. So like you could have the coolest stuff in the world, but if you're not accessible and you're not selling to hitting every demographic, then you're kind of useless.
Okay. All right. I got no
Okay,
follow-ups.
okay. I don't have a follow-up. I got some other shit later, but we're gonna get back on the track for a second.
All right.
Before we go.
So the next question is, tell me about the most influential people in both of you guys' lives when it comes to your business.
A lot of it for me would have to do with music. Mentally, I can't get my day started without music. You know what I'm saying?
That's a new one.
So that right there is inspiration to how my day is gonna go for real. But and going into that, a lot of the artists, like a Jay-Z or Kanye, or people behind the the brains and stuff behind all these companies. Like I look into like interviews. Even when I was young, I was always into like reading magazines on the CEOs and stuff, like from The Source and Word Up and all those magazines back in the day. I would look for those articles for certain shit like that, not just about the artists, but how they started or where they come from. And I just related to it, whoever I related to, and just,
We need three.
It ain't gotta be three. It
ain't gotta be three, but that's a different response. Normally somebody was like, somebody was like, oh, it's, this person, this family, but you're more so of like a resource type guy. So that's what's up. Because whatever you can, you're always in sponge mode, which can be influential depending on how you
I didn't realize that until like 7 years ago. I didn't realize that I was doing that my whole life. 7 years ago.
Who you bumping right now?
Who am I bumping right now?
In the morning, who we listening to?
I mean, I got my own playlist. You know what I'm saying? In the morning, I do some slow jams and shit.
Come on, bro. We all know who you're listening to.
That motherfucker wake up, it be 7 o'clock. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots.
No. Some old school player shit though.
He's lying. He wakes up every morning and puts on Larry June and Currency.
Oh, come on. Hey. You fucking with it though, right?
You just made his day.
Good job, George. Every day.
I'll probably do that on a Friday and Saturday,
Look, man, listen, if you know, you know. That's all I'm going to
tell you. There you go.
I'm going to give you three. All right?
Okay.
Number one, of course, my mom. My mom.
Shout out to Mom Dukes.
Mom Dukes, she I didn't realize how much I was like her till I got older. My mom for, until now, 35 years, she's been waking up at 5 a.m. to catch the bus to go to work as a nurse. She would work at 12 from 7 to 7, get home, take the bus home, and she would get home at like 9, 8:30, and there wouldn't be enough hours in the day for her to sleep 8 hours. So, and she's still doing. I mean, she's working way less hours now, but that kind of work ethic to try to make sure her family was okay. That became very inspiring later in my life. Right. It was too much. She worked too much, but seeing how much she loved her job and how much she loved her family, that was definitely inspiring. That's number one. Number two, always my streetwear, fashion inspiration when I was a kid was my big brother. My big brother Shane. His collection of shoes is one of the reasons we started this. And I was 10, 12 watching him wear, iceberg history back in the day and Coogee sweaters and stuff and seeing how people reacted. And ever since then I was like, oh, I gotta be doing what he's doing. So he gets all the credit in the world for the fashion and the style and pushing and kind of like leading me down this road of damn, I want to be cool like him. And the third has got to be y'all probably won't know him. His name is JC Lopez. He owns a store out in Vegas called Urban Necessities. He's been really big in this for maybe 10 years now. He opened a store out in a small mall in Vegas 5 years ago, and I went out there and I met him and I asked him for some advice, and he gave me the best piece of advice I've gotten in a long time. He's the reason why our customer service is the way it is. He said, as long as everybody that walks in the door, you treat them like they're a family member you haven't seen in 10 years. As long as you do that, he was like, you're going to be all right. And I tried to instill that in my employees and the people that I keep around the shop. Like, I don't care if you work here or you're just hanging out. Somebody walks in the door, you greet them kindly, warmly, and make sure they're welcome. They feel welcome. And, we have now, over 100 5-star reviews on Google, and we got some couple trolls on there, but other than that, we don't really have people that don't like us that are mad at us, So it was a big inspiration.
That's great. The biggest thing that popped out to me during that whole response is this customer service piece. Customer service nowadays is shit.
It's real
terrible.
bad,
It's shit. And the thing about it is, most of the people who work in an environment where they have to provide customer service fucking suck at it, and they hate their damn job.
And I mean,
nobody fucking told you to sit here and work here, and you can't fucking say hello to somebody properly without no issues. That shit pisses me
off.
off.
I get it, dude. You might have a busy day where shit. You might have something going on. You just might be wore down there. I get it, but it don't take nothing to say, hey, how y'all doing? Y'all good? Let me know if you need something. That's all. That's quick.
You
can say that with an attitude. You know what I'm saying? You can say that with a mean mug in your face. At least you greeted me.
It's disarming too. Like, if you're nice to somebody, it disarms them. It makes them want to be. They're not. If you're nice to somebody, then they're more than likely not going to be an asshole back to you. You know what I mean? Like, and if they are, it's something you can kind of laugh at and be like, damn, that person, like, you mad as shit for no reason,
Yeah. And then the thing about it is, too, you said, oh, boy, out Vegas, he told you to treat all your customers like family. I do that same thing, too, especially with my personal chef business. Like, I tell people, like, once I've cooked for you once, we're family after that, right? So whatever you need, whatever issues or questions, like, people be calling me all the time. Hey, Rick, what about this recipe or whatever? Like, I have conversation, and you're building a rapport with your customers, right? And so which then in turns that inspires them to come back more, and they become regulars. You know what I mean? I would rather have regulars coming to me for firearms training and regulars coming to me for my personal chef business than rather having brand new folks. And that's just me and myself. But that's that customer service is key.
I love breaking the ice.
Yeah, just a simple conversation. Like the Starbucks I go to, the Joan and Largo, the best Starbucks ever. The reason why I say it's no drive-through, so you have to go in there. But every time, like, it's like this group of old dudes, they sit out there. All of them people inside Starbucks know all of them by name. You got regulars that come in there. Hey, baby, how you doing? They be like, hey, mama, how you like it? That's the type of vibe that I look for when I go into a store or any place of business.
Honestly, most of the people that walk in the store, it's more of a, what's up, man? How you been? Than hey, how you doing? Welcome to home court. Like, it's a lot of people we know, we see on a regular basis. They come.
I watched that too.
Yeah, big ups to y'all.
When we was in the little room, when we was in the room of glory, that's what I'm gonna call it.
Hold on, which room was that? Was that the show with the hustlers?
Yeah,
glory hole.
Not the room of glory. Boy, all I need is 30 minutes in there. I'm good. You gonna need to get them floors redone.
Oh God.
But nah, so I noticed that, like, when I was talking to George, I think I was just asking y'all some off-topic questions in there, and it was guys coming there like, hey, man, you remember? You be like, yeah, man, good to see you. And it's like, that right there just meant, like, this nigga about to buy something. Like, let me tell you something. I'm not buying shit if I'm not getting greeted, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Especially let me tell you something. I spent $1,000 in Costco for good customer service. I was like,
you spent $1,000 in Costco because you like the free samples.
Nah, because my washing machine had came from the previous owner, and the clothes was smelling real dewy. And I was like, what is this? So I went to YouTube University. They was like, crack that fucking lid open. And I cracked it open. There was mold and shit all in there. So I was like, oh, man.
You know the thing about Costco, though? They pay the best. Their employees are happy. They have good.
Yeah,
they have good programs.
I did hear they get paid.
You know what I always say? I said when I retired and I was bored, I would go work at Costco or some shit like that.
Not Walmart.
Great benefits.
No, I would never go to
stand out there
Walmart.
with a bell and say welcome to Walmart.
I would never be on the registers though. I gotta be the one just forklifting shit around. I ain't on the register. The register look crazy. But no, I won't buy shit if I come in and I get this look like he ain't got no money. All right. And I'm just gonna roll. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna Yelp you. It's just gonna be one less person ever come to your store. Even if I come in the store and I know I don't want shit, I would at least give it a thorough looking.
Yeah.
If you greet me properly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah. And to be honest with you, like we have customers from all walks of life. And I won't say what the crazy this far part is, but all the way from here to judges, lawyers, police, people that are CEOs' sons, VPs' sons. But the guy that comes in that you might look at and think this guy has no money or this guy's broke or this guy looks raggedy. If I'm being 100% honest with you, that's the guy that spends the most money with us. Like, and if you're shunning that person, you're only doing yourself a disservice because you have your own ideas about what your customer should look like. It's crazy.
No, you know who's the GOAT of that? Adam Sandler.
Oh hell yeah!
You would never know if you didn't know who Adam Sandler is. You would thought that motherfucker was homeless, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
But he cool and he comfortable, he chilling, and he got money. Same thing with Bill Gates wearing them fucking turtleneck and them fucking Walmart whitewash jeans. Like, wear the same shit every day.
Nah, it's true. It's true. It's just a lesson in don't judge a book by its cover, man. It's the oldest cliche in the book, but it's there for a reason.
Big facts. Sorry. So I got a question. Next question is, what's something about your industry that surprised you lately?
For me, it's how strong it is. I think in the past you heard about recessions and how they affect small business and how in a recession or in an economic downturn that small business and luxury items are the first things to suffer. And it's been interesting to see, like, we felt it a little bit, but in terms of the industry at large, it feels like it's staying pretty strong, even in times of economic downturn. I think it has a lot to do with, just this kind of thing of ours becoming more mainstream and becoming more acceptable.
That's what's up.
George, you want to add to it, or are you good?
Yeah, I mean, just honestly, just the way, like, how easy it is to create and it works, like just putting down that force field you have of I guess like doubt, and you just finally do it and it actually works. You just like, whoa, I can keep going.
Okay.
I'll add a little bit in terms of another thing in terms of the reputation. People have been saying for about 5 years that sneakers are dead, that streetwear is dead. People are just losing touch. We're essentially on the front line of this, and people say, oh, you used to be able to get what you want, used to be able to do this, used to be able to do that. Not really. I mean, the good stuff was I mean, there was a time where you could walk into a Foot Locker, but for the past 10 years, you haven't really been able to get the good stuff.
It's been longer than that.
Yeah, especially as it's become more limited and its popularity has grown. I think the thing is that at the end of the day, we look good when we do it. People see that. It's noticeable. Everybody wants to look good. Everybody wants to be comfortable in what they're wearing. And man, for people to say sneaker industry's dead or streetwear is dead or whatever, I just don't like that, because I've met some of the greatest people I've ever met in my life in the past 5 years through this. And there are people that hold me down when I want something, and I hold them down when they want something. And it's really just like anything else in the world. It's all about relationships. If you're a dickhead, nobody's gonna give you shit. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like,
Facts.
you know, and at the end of the day, I just want people to know that it's alive and well. And if you come into your local sneaker store and you make friends with the people working there, it's gonna work out for you.
Okay. And you know, it's something you said, man. You know, about like the street. First of all, so I don't know what the fuck people talking about. I'll always have me a little street fit in the closet. You know what I mean? But I definitely love the crowd, right? Like you had everybody in there. You know what I'm saying? I think that's cool because I think that's kind of how we grew up. You know what I'm saying? Paint Branch was like, it was a little, you know, it was a little bit of this, it was a little bit of this. It was a little bit of everybody, you know what I'm saying?
And we all got along.
And nobody was like fucking towering over each other, like, and everybody got along. Like, I know at some point everyone kind of clicked up with their people, you know what I'm saying? But it's like when you get in class and we got to do this project, or we going to lunch, or like we at gym, you know what I'm saying, or recess, everybody was together. So it's like that's something that like I must have. Like if I'm doing this, like this needs to be something that anybody can watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to just attract this audience or that audience. Like, what's crazy is I've got a listener that's from like Germany, and I got a listener from France, and they're always the first two people. You know what I'm saying? When you know, if I just want to check my stats in the morning, I used to be a heavy duty habitual stat checker. I don't do it as much no more. I'm pretty good, but like I think that shit right there is what will keep you in business, because you just never know like who really fucks with you, man. And I think the issue that we have is when we start something, we put so much pressure on. Well, look, I'm black. I need all the black people to come fuck with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Black business. Nah, you need everybody to come fuck with you, because you never know how far Jack or DeMarco, whatever his name is, will drive to you to buy some shit from you.
DeMarco's he's a good customer. But
yeah. But while we on them shoes though, I need to know right now, top 3 shoes in 2022.
2022. Oh shit. That's a good question.
What's the shoe that's selling right now? Okay, so what's been your best selling shoes this year?
That's 2 questions. I need them both. You want our top 3 picks, or you want the top 3 selling shoes?
Both.
Okay. I could probably handle that better than G.
They could probably guess the first one, the top selling one, though.
It's gonna be the ones.
The Pandas. What do you mean?
The Panda is definitely the top selling shoe of 2022.
The Pandas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Panda.
Are you familiar with the Pandas?
I know what they look like. They just look like a regular shoe to me. But I'm not knocking it.
It's essentially, I mean, people hate on it, but it's essentially a hybrid between an Air Force One and a Vans. So it's kind of a perfect shoe in a way. But yeah, definitely the top selling shoe of 2022. I'd say New Balance as a whole is making a crazy run this year with Teddy Santis. He's the Teddy Santis.
Okay. I had to give it through. I had to get 2 seconds of clap just now.
I will. We do got to shout out the DMV and the elevation of the New Balance, especially this year. But Teddy Santis, he's I think he's the owner of Ame Leon Door in New York. He's now the creative director for New Balance, and he's been killing it with them. They've been going crazy. And then I think that, you know, in number 3 is anything Travis. The Travis low top Jordan 1. Their resales up there. I mean, even the highs. But you know, they're up there. They're sitting up there high. I think to round out this year, they're reimagining the Chicago 1, which is arguably the greatest shoe of all time. They're reimagining it, putting it in a cool box inspired by mom and pop stores in the 80s and 90s. So I think that's going to be a crazy good seller.
Okay. Man, honestly, bro, I'm sorry. I just want to throw it in. I never thought I would see the day New Balance would go the direction that they're going now. Like, I felt like even though you can buy New Balance anywhere, I just felt like we was the only people wearing them joints. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you go to different states, man. They're in every store. You know what I'm saying?
But if we didn't,
last year around this time, time, we had one row in our inventory, one row of New Balance boxes. Now we have a whole section just for New Balance.
But I will say, you know, without us wearing it in the DMV, it would have never been them wearing it now in their stores.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
we gotta claim that. Like,
And we'll even throw Baltimore in there too because they was wearing them too. They ain't started
all day,
but they was wearing them. We'll throw them in there too.
Nah. Shout out Baltimore. They definitely hold it down. They on some Under Armour shit now, but you know,
man. That shit is fucking big. Nah, man, that's a whole nother conversation.
You know, but you know what, Baltimore, they was wearing like the 4. They came in on the 498 side. Like when the 498s came out, that's when they started wearing them.
Shit, before Under Armour, all the motherfuckers wore was fucking Adidas prior to that.
I got a lot of Baltimore homies out there, man.
No, they good though. They good though. But I mean, I think it's good, man, because you know you got kind of like the Balenciaga kind of looking joints they got out. They got like the 5740s. I really call them like the 574 reboots type deal.
They are.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what it is. You just made a bigger logo and a thicker sole, and they're comfortable as fuck.
And
but
574 is amazing shoe. Just to give it a little update,
it's a staple. You know what I'm saying?
But now they're doing all these collabs and stuff with the New Balances, and they're getting harder to get, and you know they're doing some cool shit with them.
I know, man. Look, I said I never see the day, man, that like the New Balance are just they going from the shelf to the resellers, man. I never thought I'd see the day, but then I just started kind of scrolling. I was like, damn, bro, it's probably like 200, maybe 200 or 300 different color schemes, shoe designs, the bodegas versions, and all that shit.
I look at New Balance as the DMV's version of the skaters wearing Vans. That's how I look at it. Because you are like, if anybody was a skater back in the day, they always had Vans and they had every different color, right? Now, like that's us, you know, in the DMV with New Balances. You got exclusives coming out. You got crazy collaborations. They're changing up the, you know, how the shoe looks as the, you know, as the generations go through. Like it's crazy.
And then you'll have the OGs who will literally just wear one pair and go and get a dog it and go get the same pair.
Or they'll have 3 pairs and they rotate.
Pairs of the same ones. As soon as they get that little scratch, they'll be like, "Whoop, these are done."
Yeah.
The old head Monarch.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I seen this dude with a pair of Nike Monarchs today, bro. Them Jones looked heavy.
I would never do it. I can't do it. I'm just
Hey, we need to have a dad party and we all just wear the Nike Monarchs.
You better fight. If I can find them at Ross, I get them.
We're all gonna have scoliosis after that.
Yeah. So one more thing to piggyback, man. So since we're all 35 and older, what are the essential shoes for? Well, I guess can I ask this? Is there an essential set of shoes that us men of our age should have, or it doesn't matter? Like what should I have in my closet right now? I need some new shit anyway.
I mean, it depends. Exactly.
Either.
Yeah, I mean, I think an essential to have in your closet is G has it right there with him. This is the protection pack New Balance.
Ooh.
Beautiful. It's got some like kind of like choppy edges. It's got fashion, you know, but it's also functional. It's a 2002. It's kind of like a rebooted silhouette, very comfortable. But as you can see, the silhouette is beautiful, and the way it wears with pants and shorts is great. Good muted colors, like the sole has that kind of sail look to it. It has a little bit of green in there. Just a beautiful shoe. I think that's a good like everyday kick around. I think this is probably my favorite shoe in the past 2 years. I think this is an essential. It's the Jordan 3.
Did y'all know I was going to ask you these questions this time? Where you get these props from?
This is in a case. But this is an I'm on my year collab with Jordan, and it's a beautiful shoe, man. The details are crazy. This one on the heel tab, you can't really see it, but it says all we have is each other. Crazy details on this, and I feel like this right here, you could put it on with a suit, you could put it on with like something very casual or dressed up, or you could just dress it down. It's a great shoe to have in the closet. Pretty expensive now at this point, but you know, it's a good investment.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, that's good answers.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
what's
I'll
up.
take it. All right. So real quick, if you were sitting next to the leading expert in your field, what would you want to ask them?
I'd ask him how to scale it up. When you start making money, you start having a bit of success. I think the scary part is how to scale it up, how to move. Basically, I love this location. I would like a second. We would like a second location or a bigger location because eventually you run out of space for inventory. You essentially you get into a place where you have a limited amount of foot traffic. It's all based on your followers. It's all based on your word of mouth. But it's a daunting thing to try to think, okay, I'm gonna leave this place and I'm gonna go to a mall or I'm gonna go to a strip where rent is 2 to 3 times more, and so basically my question is, how do you scale in a safe manner? And I don't know that there is one, but it would be cool to kind of figure out how to grow the business past what we have it now.
So if you could choose a second location, where would you go?
I would honestly, so I'm a Silver Spring boy through and through. I grew up on kind of the outskirts of Silver Spring, but growing up kind of claiming DC, going to different places and people asking where you're from, DC, just because it was recognizable. I'm done with that. I'm from Silver Spring.
Nice.
I want to represent Silver Spring, and I want to do business out of Silver Spring. So I guess the coolest place here would be downtown Silver Spring, Ellsworth Place, next to the H&M and kind of on that strip. We could still do our outdoor events. We could still we'd have a lot of good walking foot traffic and some cool restaurants and stuff around. So I feel like it would be a good fit. We fit in with everybody. You don't have to be a certain type of person to shop with us. So the diversity definitely works in our favor. So downtown Silver Spring would be ideal.
Hey, you remember the Madness shop? You remember where that was?
Absolutely.
It's on Georgia Avenue, right?
Georgia Avenue, yeah.
And then something now. I don't know if they opened up a second location. I think the one in DC closed, and they relocated to like a little bit past Waldorf.
I thought it was like Capitol Heights.
Hell no, it's Waldorf. Unless they got more than one. Because I drove out there and I was like, man, it's out. I was like, let me just drive out there. I think Big D Dub had told me that's where it was. So I drove out there and I was like, damn, this is like off the reservation, man. It's like you get the Waldorf and then you go left. You just go that way. Like you're going towards like Buzz Creek.
Oh, they over there.
I went into the store and I was like,
Mechanicsville.
I was like, I drove this far out here. They didn't even ask me for that one. I was like, oh my God, y'all are so far. Like, ain't nobody drive. I was like, ain't nobody driving out here to Waldorf. It's dangerous.
To be honest with you, though, shout out to them for keeping it alive for decades, man.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy to see something like that. And if they're still profitable, they're still making noise, man. Good for them. That's amazing for real.
Yeah, man. I only said that because I'm just like, you got to choose that location is, it's very, very important, man.
Sure. I at the end of the day, like I'd be willing to risk it all. We didn't have anything at one point, and if we go back to having nothing, then we could always build it back up. But yeah, ideally we want to keep the trajectory upwards.
Sure.
Okay. I got another curveball for you. OG shoebox or clear container?
Man, fuck them clear containers.
Talk about it.
Man, it's stupid. It's not art. It's a sneaker. Put your shoes in the shoebox. Put them on and put them back in the shoebox. If you want to display them, cool. But people that I don't know, man. There's something about the shoebox. It's a complete set. It's like buying a Rolex and throwing away the warranty card and the box that comes with it. It's like I just feel like you need to have everything it comes with. I don't like the drop fronts idea. I tried them out for a little while. It was janky. I didn't like it. So I'm an opponent of it.
You got clear boxes or you got shoe boxes?
I got clear shit. I don't intend on selling anything. Like if I started,
Not even just a sell though.
I mean, if I started to, why it was just functional. The boxes was the one box caving in, and now I got the leaning tower of shoe boxes and shit. I'm like, it's
That
too
was
much.
your idea?
Oh man,
It was my idea.
No.
Container store, baby. Them shits was expensive.
Yeah,
But they are a little flimsy though.
I try to keep the boxes as long as I can. And then once they eat shit, then I just go ahead and just put them in a clear box. But I do try to keep. So I had, I think the longest box that I've ever had, that survived like multiple moves, were my fucking my anniversary edition LeBron Jones, the yellow Jones.
Did that turn into the important papers box?
No, it didn't. It didn't. I got a safe for that.
Box was
I got a safe for that.
Out, right?
Yeah, it was a slide out box, so it was a lot sturdy. It was a lot sturdy.
Yeah.
So, but that was the joint that survived the most. But now I bought, I got boxes for most of my stuff, but I do got like, I haven't hit the Container Store. I'm about to because I need to because I just got too many shoes and they won't fit in my closet. But I got like 4 pair of shoes and I call them like my exclusive Jones. Got 4 pair of shoes. It's like in the fucking fancy ass, fucking hard acrylic plastic box Jones that I got from Amazon. So I got what are the shoes?
Yeah.
So the Vapor Maxes when they first came out, I got the blue Jones with the pull strap in the back. I got those in there. I got a pair of, and I love these Vans. They're a burgundy and red low top Vans I got in them Jones. And then I got my multicolor Puma RSX jumps that I wear a lot. Those are like my favorite shoes. And then I have my wife got me some Tiger Stripe Hyperposits. And they're like a OD green, black, and like a little bit of gold or bronze in them Jones. And I got those in there.
Shout out to Hyperposits. Good era.
I got those. And then what's crazy is I got the what's them Jordans that came out, the anniversary Jones, the green Jones, the green and black ones. I got those, but those still in the box, and I barely even wear them Jones. But those are my top 4 exclusive Jones right now.
So does not having the box, does that affect the sale?
It does.
Yeah. Big time. 100%. That's
like it's like selling fucking action figures. You're not gonna sell an action figure.
So you telling me if somebody just come in with a mint condition pair of whoever the hell's, you're not gonna buy them because they don't have a box, or you're not gonna give them that much?
If you come
that just goes back to the customer service though. Like we want to provide that whole experience.
Oh, so you don't have the box to sell to the next person?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't just order a box.
Nah.
No, motherfucker. What the
it's not the same.
Definitely not the same. It's not the original box that came with the shoe.
Leon.
Because what if you got a size 13, but then you buy boxes for like an 8?
Okay,
like,
so what are these people doing in these stores when they got the shoes wrapped in plastic? They got the box in the back?
Yeah, they just don't.
Yeah, 100%.
They don't want a bunch of people touching all on the shoes.
Said, all right.
Okay.
But look, in terms of like business / resale, like I don't really sell anything. My thing is like I love this. I love what I do. I love the industry. I love the people. But the term sneakerhead is a very specific term. I feel like that takes away from people like what other things that they love in their life. You know what I mean? Like I'm a sneakerhead, but like I'm not attached to all these shoes. So at the end of the day, like if I have an extra pair of these in my closet and some cool shit comes out this year, I want to trade that shoe in for another shoe that's maybe going for $800. So I want to have it full. I want to have the set complete because it helps in legit checking a shoe. So if you have the box, it helps you down the road of making sure the shoe is authentic. And yeah, the person that comes in and buys a $800 or $1,000 shoe, they don't want to spend $800 on a shoe and it not come with everything. It's like going to the dealership and buying a luxury car and not coming and it doesn't come with a back seat. You know what I mean? It's like
you buying a fucking Bugatti and they got roll up windows.
Exactly.
It's like you can't do that. No, that's
Okay,
what's
all
up.
right, I get it.
That's what's up. That makes sense.
So this question is just for George, because Richie, I think you already kind of answered. George, do you have a industry role model?
An industry role model. Not really, man. If anything, man, I'd give that to Rich for real.
Well, I'll say this, like, who else?
Yeah, man.
Like, do you have another clothing designer type there that you kind of like admire, or maybe you kind of can, indiscreetly bounce an idea off? Okay, yeah, I see how he did that. That shit looks cool.
Man, it's just I don't know. I really don't have a inspiration on that type of stuff. It's like I see something, I like it, and I'll do it immediately. Whether it works or I'll ever put it out, it's just I don't know. Like I've been like 3 years ago, I put together like a dirt bike type of jersey for my brand, and now I'm seeing a bunch of people do that shit now. You know, and it's a bunch of ideas that I just come up with. I try to execute it first, or try to do it first, but I never roll out with it. But as far as like inspiration, man, I don't know. Like we deal with a lot. We deal with a lot on a day-to-day basis, but like I learn as I go, and I try to gather like inspiration through that.
Inspiration through experiences. I get it.
Man, G doesn't know this, but he loves Tinker Hatfield, the person that designed the 3, the 4.
Okay.
Those are his. He loves those shoes more than a lot of things in the world. So I feel a black cement 3 and a Brad 4. He loves them shoes. So and I think honestly, growing up, that black, red, and white, that color scheme, that Chicago scheme,
that was the thing, man.
That influenced a lot of creativity. That Bulls colorway, putting the Bulls warm up on, or with the black, red, and white shoes, it kind of sparked something in people where we could now throw on the Raptors warm up with the Raptors 7s, and it was it kind of gave
starter jacket.
Yeah, it was. Those people, whether G wants to admit it or not, were highly influential to us in our own kind of university color theory class. You know what I mean? Like putting shit together.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we got another question for you. So what is the biggest challenge that your industry is facing today? And then what do you think the biggest challenge or issue may be in 10 years?
I mean, today it's easy as hell. Is replica sneakers. The replicas are almost almost 1-to-1 now. I can look at a shoe. I can legit check a shoe for 10 minutes and something's off, but I can't tell what it is, and I just have to keep looking at it. I mean, sometimes it's very obvious, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes you gotta keep looking at it. You gotta really take a deep dive, and sometimes you miss it, or something I as a veteran might catch. My employee who's new to this relatively might not catch, and there's been a time or two where a customer's gotten a sneaker that wasn't real, and at that point you gotta right your wrongs. You gotta maybe give them a discount on their next pair. You gotta give them a refund. You gotta destroy that pair of shoes, and you just gotta do better, man. It's something that can destroy your business, and it's something that you really gotta pay attention to right now, because like I said, I have, like, there's a subreddit on Reddit called Rep Sneakers, and I have to study that subreddit and look at what the new replicas that are coming out, what features they have, what to look at in terms of how this one differs from an authentic pair. So it's a challenge. It's really tough to roll with that, because these factories are getting more and more they're getting more and more similar to the OEM factory, and dealing with that, you're essentially, I mean, a lot of the time, to be honest with you, the replicas are better quality than the real ones because they're handmade. They're using really good quality materials, and it's crazy. They're not making 1 million pairs, so their QC is way better than a factory pumping out 1 million pairs of sneakers. So it's something you really got to pay attention to, and it's gonna I feel like getting into the politics of it, Nike feeds off that kind of thing. These big companies feed off that. It builds the hype. More people are wearing the product. They're still selling theirs, but yeah, in the future, I feel like what's going to affect this is saturation. A lot of people are doing it. A lot of people see the money. A lot of people see the glory, and everybody wants to do it.
Yeah.
So is there like one common thing that on every shoe that you can tell that the shit is fake?
No, I mean,
I'm about to say it probably varies.
It's something different every time.
I mean, yeah, there's the things we look at are the smell. All these shoes that come from a legitimate factory, they're gonna smell like that factory. It's weird. It's weird, but the smell, the shape, the stitching. So at the end of the day, like shoes are created with a pattern. Like a Balenciaga tee is made with a pattern. A sneaker is made with a sneaker pattern and a mold. And as close as you get to the real one, you can dissect the shoe, you can take it apart. That's what a lot of these fake factories do. They buy the real thing and they pull it apart. They rip it apart and then they lay it flat and they remake every single panel identical to the original panel. But you don't have the same mold, you don't have the same original everything that the shoe was created with, so you can't get it perfect. And so we look at the shape, we look at the box, the colors on the box, the font spacing, the font weight. If one little part of the colorway is the font is weighted a different weight than the box on the authentic pair, it's no good, because that's something that's consistent along every pair of shoes that comes out of that factory. So it's really nuanced and intense, but it's one of those things. It's a job at the end of the day. It's not like we're just sitting here staring at each other all day. So it's part of the work, and it's definitely difficult, but it makes it interesting. It's cool not passing fakes through your shop.
Wow. Yeah, you kind of answered like the next question, but that would be that if it because it's that I can't remember the girl name, but I'm pretty sure y'all know who it is. She is like the goat of checking fake shoes or whatever.
Man, who is
she
this
get that
about?
Jonas spinning in her hands like 2-3 seconds.
She be fast.
She be like, that's fake.
She's like, nah, she's like these fake, my boy. They hand it right back to him. Or she'll be like, no, they legit. She fast.
Let me tell you something.
Crazy.
The one thing I'll say about her is no comment.
But you didn't say nothing.
No comment.
Okay.
No comment, bro. She's wild.
She's wilding out. Okay.
We might have to have that conversation after the show.
I will say it's good content.
Oh,
okay. Oh, man, it's for the damn.
It's one of them.
Is anybody goddamn telling the truth on social
No,
media
they're not. They're not.
We the only real ones left. All right, make sure you subscribe. We're the only real ones left.
Jeez.
Look, man, if it takes you 30 seconds to legit check a high end replica sneaker, you're gonna miss it.
Yeah,
I don't care how good you are.
It makes sense.
I don't know how long she's been doing it, but I've been doing it every day for the past 5 years, and I'm still not. I still can't do it in under 2-3 minutes.
That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. So y'all kind of answered the self-education type part. G, he's normally inspired about what's going on, so that's definitely dope. And you definitely hit up Rich, other resources, especially on the internet, and your mentors and stuff in a minute, Reddit, stuff like that. But how do you both balance life and work?
Be honest, G.
Be honest. You take it one day at a time for sure, but you got to just make sure you have a plan and just go with the
G,
flow,
what do you
man.
do on a daily basis that helps you balance?
Rich, hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. I know you know, but everybody else gonna know. G, Rich is your man, because that motherfucker holding you down.
Tell him that. Tell him what I do on a daily basis.
Look, man, G's a big proponent of shrooms. I think they've helped him come.
Okay.
He smokes some weed. He does a little bit of shrooms. Has a drink here and there. He goes out.
Yeah, you right.
Come on, man.
You right.
You micro
Nah,
doses.
yeah, definitely
That's a
some
thing,
smoking
though.
some weed, man, for
Yeah,
sure,
medicate.
man.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
that's it.
Nah,
Just
it just
this.
nah. You definitely gotta like self check yourself, man, for sure. Like that. What we did on Sunday, yesterday. Definitely, we need stuff like that. You need to like find time for yourself, find time for your family, your friends, and just go kick it, man. Just live life. Enjoy the time that you have with your people.
Mm-hmm.
I
You know what I'm
like
saying?
it.
That just gets you ready for the next movie you got to go to. You know what I'm saying? As long as everybody happy, my daughters, my mom, my homies, my brothers, everybody's happy, we can keep moving.
Okay, okay.
Absolutely.
So we got a question in the audience. Ralph Young says, "What are your thoughts on StockX?"
Oh,
Good question. It's a great question.
Yeah, I'm about to say because I'm about this close from about to buy. My daughter wants a pair of
nah, we
shoes,
about
and
to
I
spill
can't
the tea
find
for
I
you,
can't
bro.
find them nowhere else.
About to spill the tea for everybody.
Uh-oh. Talk about it.
So oh man, it's complicated. StockX
They
is the
created
worst.
StockX. Boom. Solved
StockX
it.
is the worst. um, basically, my answer to that is if you're buying a pair of Asics or you're buying a pair of Air Force Ones or something kind of like low end, I won't say low end, but something kind of low priced, and in between a $1,500 shoe and a like I would say anything from like $100 to like $300, you should be relatively safe, just because fake factories aren't really hitting those shoes the hardest. Um, because if you're relying on StockX to authenticate a shoe the right way and get it to you in a timely manner, you're gonna lose. I've had every single experience with StockX imaginable. I've had them. I've sent them an authentic pair of shoes that I've gotten from Nike, and they've denied it. They said it's a fake. I've had them. I've seen them. I know some people that have got a fake pair of shoes, and they're like, "Fuck it, I'm just going to sell them on StockX." They sent them in. They passed. They sent them out to an unsuspecting customer. We've had a situation where we were kind of high volume sellers with StockX at one point, and we could send them a box of shoes, and they would unbox them, all individually, and they said we didn't send a couple pairs, so they were just pulling shoes out of the box and keeping them. I've seen them do everything that's possible,
Damn.
and it's
Wow.
ugly. It's ugly. It's something where you see a $1 billion corporation that could easily educate their employees. They could easily have security redundancy. They could make it right. They could do things the right way, and they could provide an amazing service to the people. And they choose profits, and that's the antithesis of who we are. And so we don't fuck with them. They're horrible. They don't do their job right, and they're unapologetic. I ordered a pair like me. I ordered a pair of shoes. The last straw for me was I ordered a pair of shoes on StockX probably 2 months ago, and then I forgot about it. It was kind of like $150 pair of shoes, nothing crazy, nothing that they were really replicating. I wasn't too worried about it, and I look at my phone for something like a month and a half later, and the shoe says shipping to StockX, and I was like, hold the fuck up! I ordered this shit a month and a half ago, and you haven't checked in with me. You haven't told me that the seller didn't ship. You don't tell me nothing. So I go on.
They were still making it.
Right. I go on Twitter. I say something to them there. They don't answer me on Twitter, so I go in the customer service thing and I cuss them out. I'm like, I had some choice words for them. Instead of making it right, they banned my account
Wow.
because I guess
A company that big is doing that. That's crazy.
petty. It's just petty.
Yeah, that's petty at the utmost.
Yeah. So in terms of StockX, use GOAT, use eBay. They both have better authentication methods. If you're somebody who likes to trade sneakers, there's an app called Trade Block. They're really good with authenticating. You can get some cool trades on there. If you have some old shit that you want to trade out for some new things, there's a lot of cool people on there. But yeah, I would say avoid StockX at all costs, man. If you want something quick and you're willing to pay the high, there's always Stadium Goods and Flight Club. Those are good resources as well. And yeah, don't do it.
So you said GOAT. I'm gonna use that out because my
I
daughter
did buy a pair
wants.
of shoes from StockX, bro.
Man, I mean, me
I
and
didn't have a bad experience, but-
I've used. I mean, me and my wife used them in the past because that was being thrown in our face, right? But me, I would rather get like the down and dirty from somebody that's like heavy in the industry, right? So now I know what the expectation is, and then now he's provided me with other resources, and I'm gonna go look at GOAT or whatever because my daughter wants a pair of 12s that I can't find. So
Yeah,
I got one for you though. Use our website.
facts.
They got a whole. They got.
Yeah, I said if you got some 12s in there, I need them.
You need to take
Yeah,
a ride.
I
with
will-
that motherfucker. Let me tell you something. You go in that motherfucker. You may not find them 12s.
You'll find
But you
something
gonna
else.
find something in that motherfucker. I looked at the wall. I was like, all these size 12? Shit.
No, I'm
You gonna
coming
come out with
I just bring her out there. That's too.
Nah,
easy.
yeah. I mean, I will say the one thing I will say is at the end of the day, we're all relying on human beings to authenticate these sneakers, and you know, if they're having a bad day or they're new at their job or whatever. So whenever you buy a pair of sneakers, I just recommend taking them into your local resale shop and having them legit check them, take a look at them.
Most definitely. If I ever buy some more shit online, like me, I don't like buying shoes online. I'm gonna just be 100%. I'd rather go in there, put my fucking foot in them, you know, and see how comfortable they feel. Because just because they're in my size, they might not even fucking look right on my fucking feet.
Nah, that's all day.
So I'd rather go to an actual store and put them on. The only shoes that I will buy on a regular basis online is fucking Crocs. Other than that, I'm not buying.
Not even. I had to go a size up my Crocs. I was like, I don't want my foot hanging out the back. I need a little space in there. I be seeing them. I was like, you gotta buy a bigger size, bro. Your foot hanging out.
Put it in sport mode. It pulls your foot right.
Yeah, but now your toes crunch. I mean, you know,
big toes sticking out
Now
the
you got the
hole in the
crunchy
fucking
toes.
front.
So look, what's been your most influential resource in you guys' 5-year span?
People being able to rely on people, getting help from the community, getting help from people, the friends of home court. You know, that people are our biggest resource by far. I mean, the obvious answer is going to be, you know, to check market price. It's going to be GOAT or StockX, but I think, you know, understanding your local market and understanding what people want is a way bigger resource than StockX will ever be. You know, we have a different market in downtown Silver Spring bordering on DC than New York does, than Manhattan does. You know, we have a different market than Houston does. Every place has their own style. So to get feedback from our community is definitely the biggest resource we've ever had.
100%.
Don't forget about your social media.
Ooh.
Y'all social media is popping.
Yeah, I did see that. I did see that.
How many followers y'all got?
I don't know, a couple thousand.
Couple my ass. These motherfuckers got about damn 25, 30,000 people following them. So real quick. So I'm curious about this. So walk me through this process. You guys will post 2 or 3 pairs of shoes in one post and say blah blah blah, this price and this price, and then 10 seconds later they be like sold. So are you acquiring people to come to the store, or are they paying you like off bucks? They DMing you and saying send me the payment and it's mine. They just come get it whenever.
I mean, so it's been a long road to how that even happened, bro. Like, there was days when nobody would even walk in that thing. Maybe even weeks.
I could fall asleep on this couch in here for 3-4 hours and not be worried about it.
So as soon as we started doing these 12 o'clock drops and being consistent every day, or try to at least, the people that were in store, rather than just looking online, they caught on to it. They caught on to our 12 o'clock drops. And they just be waiting outside.
Dang.
And that's the main reason why that even happened.
Yeah.
And then we'll have days where we only buy designer, right? And then we put it out the next day, and nobody would know, but except for the people that came through. And then what that brings is, damn, they might drive designer the next day. So we did that again, and people just come like just not knowing what to expect. But when they see it, just goes. They don't even care.
Yeah, it's a mix of both. It's with the Instagram following kind of getting a little crazy in the past couple of years, we try, man. Like, what people don't understand is we try our best. Like, we really try our best. If you understood how much we prioritize customer service and actually getting like, most stores don't even answer their DMs, and we try our best to hit the DMs at noon when we have a line outside. We have 10 people in the shop, and we're trying to be fair to both sides. And at the end of the day, you can't please everybody, but I think that just continues to go. It's one of those things where people, like, a lot of people get upset. A lot of people, oh, we just posted it 2 minutes ago. Yeah, we did. But somebody was waiting outside when we posted it, and they walked in and they grabbed it. And then also, we do want to be fair to the people that are at work. There's people working 9 to 5, and you can't be waiting outside a streetwear shop at noon to see what's dropping that day. People have lives. So
school just started too.
So we drop something.
Lord.
We drive something at 12 and somebody DMs us for it. Oh man, I need this gallery department tee. I've been looking for one forever. They're $300 retail and we have it for $150. Please. I'll pay you the money right now. Cool, bet. Let me get you this shirt. We'll send you the amount. You pay for it. We pull it, put it in the back, and they come pick it up when they get off work. So it's just a little bit of a mix of both.
But it's
y'all do live. Do y'all do lives too?
No,
y'all don't.
They just post the fucking shit.
I seen on the page.
Gone.
I seen on the page they posted, and I see the junk be gone. But no, since they're doing their drops, I was just asking if they do it lives too. Some people do that stuff too. But
yeah, man, we you go in the mall and you see a shoe that's a $300 shoe and they're selling it for $500. We want to sell that shoe for $300. And the fact that you can get that here, and if it's used, we want to sell it for $250, $225. Mm-hmm. The fact that you can, the accessibility is a major aspect for us. Yes. We want the kid who works at the Auntie Anne's in the mall to be able to get the shoe that he wants. These people working minimum wage jobs or entry level jobs. It's just never really been accessible to them. And when you see the excitement on people's faces when they get something that you might have to spend your whole paycheck on in a different situation, it's what keeps you going. And like I said, the way we treat people, it helps us keep that business model going.
That's what's up. All right, so off ball question: if you could start a entirely different business tomorrow, what would it be?
I think me and G have the same business. We've been wanting to do this for a while now, so I'll let him answer that.
I'll probably do some like a smoothie or pressed juices. It's something for for your body, bro. We're getting old. We need all that good shit in our body, man.
Ain't lying.
And just like we did with the shoe game or the sneaker game, we can do that with people. You know what I'm saying?
No Smoothie King bullshit.
Yeah. Shit.
Real healthy shit. Like, take care of your body, educate, not like how we can educate people with clothes and shoes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just try to educate them with how to take care of themselves.
I was big on smoothies and shit for a while, but then shout out to wifey. Wifey put me on to a whole bunch of natural stuff, right? Especially to help me with my body. Like, I didn't like me as a chef, right? I know that turmeric is good as fuck as a spice, right? Never in my years I did the research or even just have wifey tell me that it's a very, very good thing for fucking inflammation. And they have turmeric pills. You see what I'm saying? Like, I would never think that. And she's always getting little stuff from like Whole Foods or whatever. It's like, drink this lemon, this cayenne pepper, and this ginger juice. You know what I mean? And then you feel 10 times better. You see what I'm saying? Or she's big into teas, and I'm not talking about like no Lipton, like loose leaf tea, right? Yeah. Like, she has a big ass bag of hibiscus in the fucking in the cabinets, and she drinks that with her tea on a regular basis. So
tea has been a remedy for thousands of years in the Eastern cultures, like gas and green tea. That there's people in Japan that there's whole entire sectors of the population that drink 6 cups of it a day, it's directly attributed to them being the longest living people in the world. So
yeah, I don't fuck with coffee. That's a Leon thing. I'm a tea man.
I just want just one cup a day,
Nope,
man. You know,
I don't do
I
that.
could
I
do.
do one cup a day. I do coffee too.
I just do one. I don't be like more coffee.
Do you wash your coffee mug?
Huh?
You wash your coffee
I got
mug?
like 12 coffee mugs.
Man, it's man. I know people.
No, I
that
know
do
people that no. When I'm at
them
work,
shits are fucking.
When
gross.
I'm at work, well, you know, if you use the same cup every day, eventually it's gonna stain. You're never gonna get it out.
No, they don't wash it at all.
Well, I mean, all you need is a little. If you rinse the cup out,
they're not rinsing it.
If you you gotta at least rinse it.
They're not rinsing it.
So
I'm
you
telling
just
you.
putting old coffee
on top of old coffee. That's all they do. That shit looks fucking disgusting.
that's
But yeah, I can't.
If you rinse that shit
Nah,
out,
but
you'll be good to go.
to be completely honest though, man, that's not the only thing. Like there's way other ventures we want to get into.
But that's the good one.
I want to speak about it. You know, I want to manifest that shit first before I even talk about it on anything. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Nah, but
I guess one thing I could say is like a production company. You know, just bigger ideas that helps everything we already got going on. You know,
hey, that'll be your niche, bro. I'm telling you right now, I'm speaking into existence right now, G.
Yeah,
the fact, the type of person that you are, and like your artistic eye that I see just from having conversations with you. If you were to start some shit like that, that's just booming.
Wait till y'all see what this fool has coming with the music. Like I'm not gonna spoil
okay.
But
all right, yeah, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Leon seen it. Drive seen it.
I seen it. I like it too. I like it. Real groovy.
That's what's
very, very P.
That's what's up.
So look,
Yes,
I want to ask you something off topic, man. I know you guys spoke about communities, the community shit like that. Do you guys do anything else in the community besides like the monthly pop-up with a monthly outdoor vending events?
As far as vending, nah. But like as far as community, last week we did the back to school drive. For all the kids. We had more than I think like 100 book bags with school supplies, and we have been collecting over for the last since the pandemic. We've been collecting sneakers and different clothes. From all the homies that come through, man. Like it just goes back to their customer service stuff. Like you treat a person right, they just come and just bless us with good shoes to give the kids, and they know that we're gonna give it to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean we've done like community service and stuff, but I mean as far as community, like work in the community, I think that's something that we're all interested in. We don't miss an opportunity. It's just we don't really know. We don't really know what to do. We try to we organize protests during the George Floyd summer. We tried to, we did auctions for donating to charity. Whenever it's relative, whenever we know what's going on, or whenever it's like something that's in the news, we obviously try to pay attention to it when it comes to things that we believe in. Trying to. We did like fundraisers for the Newtown. It's a Newtown charity to keep like for like gun safety, gun control. Women's rights movements, donating to that. But as far as the local community, yeah, we're trying to get a grasp of like how to be more involved. So if anybody has anything, we
want y'all to tap in, bro. That's all we love doing, is tapping in with people, bro.
Yeah, networking is key, bro.
We want to be part of it. And to be honest with you, we're older. Like we're in our mid to late 30s, so we're not really out on the scene too much. We kind of get our feel for the streets, what's going on out there from the shop. So, I'm not really out here in the clubs or the bars or doing none of that. I do
too old for
home, and that's about it. So
I will go see a band twice a year though. I will.
Oh yeah,
that's different.
Twice a year.
That's different. But the days of me going to a lounge or a club spending $500 on a $60 bottle is over with. So
as much as I was that.
But on a community topic, whenever y'all want to do something in regards to firearm safety, gun safety, or whatever, just hit me. I'm there,
brother.
Definitely.
Just hit me.
100%.
So it's a hot topic right now, man. Everybody trying to
we can have conversation about that all day.
We rather get us right before we can help the community, though.
Most definitely. That's the and me as a firearms instructor. I don't want to go off on a tangent, but me as a firearms instructor, my biggest thing is to properly prepare and properly educate my community, right? And that's where we struggle the most. That's where we struggle the most. You got people that's out here that's actively buying guns, right, and talking about defending themselves, but they don't know the laws. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing that's hemming us up. You know what I mean? On top of killing ourselves. So yeah, I'm with it. So yeah,
and that's the thing, man. It's people like you that are providing the information, the knowledge that is so vital to the community. Because I was just talking to a customer earlier today. He was talking about how, you know, his car he lives and works in the city, and he was telling me his car's been broken into like 3 times in the past month, and he has a concealed carry, and it's an open carry. He's from Missouri, so. He didn't realize he had brought his gun with him when he came up here and moved into the city, and I was like, oh,
yeah, I was like, you out of pocket, Holmes.
Lucky.
Yeah, you out of pocket, Holmes. DC is probably on next to Maryland. Well, next to old Maryland, because it changed now. Yeah. DC is by far probably one of the worst places to carry, because you can't really carry nowhere. Like I tell people all the time, if you're not really in the trenches like that or the neighborhoods like that at DC, there's no point in you having a gun permit, because most of the places that you go to, like restaurants and stuff, have signs that say firearms are not permitted, and then it's federal buildings everywhere. Exactly. You can't carry on those places. So I'm definitely with you on that one. So
definitely, especially after what happened this weekend with you know, shooting the rookie of the Washington Redskins. That shit was crazy.
That motherfucker can't even go to crab balls, and them youngins was like 15, 17 years old.
They was youngins.
That's the thing. All of them are 15, 17 years old.
Yeah, I was talking to my wife and our neighbors about it before I came to the studio. Goddamn, it was 2 kids in Suitland with hammers on the first day of school. And one of them was wanted for carjacking. Like, come on, man.
They had They had something on the radio a couple weeks ago.
It's crazy,
probably, I think it was in July, where I think it was DJ Flex, was 95.5. They had a young adolescent on there, and they made his voice different.
Yeah, so
and he asked them questions, was like, why do you steal the cars? What cars are you looking for? Like, is there a way that you won't like shoot somebody? And the guy was like, he's like, we want them Chargers, and we want them. He's like, we want them Chargers, we want them Challengers, and we want them Trackhawks. He's like, the best thing you can do is give it up. It's like simple as that. So that, I mean, and this guy and this boy was like 14 years old.
They're savages, bro.
It's more sad than anything, man, because it's not like, obviously we know a lot of these kids that come from these communities, and people, I think the stigma is that these kids are just inherently bad. They're just bad human beings, and
just got it wrong, bro.
Because their community, the community doesn't have the resources it needs, and it ends up being a fight or flight situation. You know what I mean? And you got to do whatever you can to get what you need, and it kind of just evolves from there. But yeah, it's more like, it doesn't, like, hearing that kind of stuff. It doesn't make me angry. It makes me sad. It makes me sad that there's kids growing up like this that are forced to be, you know, on the front lines of this kind of action. It's crazy.
Yeah, shit was unheard of when we was coming up, bro. Yeah. It was a lot of fights and shit, but it wasn't nobody like out here like robbing people and shit.
Like out here, it just wasn't hidden from us for sure, though.
Yeah. Well, look, man, we don't have no more questions for you, man. We had one more, but fuck all that. We didn't really been tearing it up. You guys got any questions for us?
Oh man,
top 3 shoes of all time.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Top 3 shoes of all time.
You talked to the wrong one, though. I just started getting a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? So I was wearing whatever the hell mom brought in the house.
Hey, man, don't pump fake like you ain't had a tempo.
No. Okay, I got you.
Top 3 of all time. Go ahead.
You go first. No, go first. Good. You get me kick started.
So I'm gonna go with shoes that I wore a lot. My top 3 shoes that I wore a lot. Right. My first ones, because I'm you know, I don't like following the trends too much. Right. So when Creative Recreations came out, I was on them Jones heavy.
Hey. Creative Recreation.
I was on them Creative Recs heavy. I was buying, and my Martell to tell you, I was buying them Jones every week. I was buying a different Jones every fucking week. That and a Black Label shirt.
Going crazy at the club with the Creative Recs on.
Crazy. He was in that joint. He wasn't on no games.
Yeah, and that joke with the creative Rex.
Oh,
Those,
two-step.
that would be of all time. Of course, you gotta go. Like I like vintage shit, like Nike boots. Like you can never just go wrong with Nike boots, especially like my Nike ACG jumps I got. I've had them jumps since high school. I got the gray jumps. All I do is just wipe them jumps down every winter, and they good. You know what I mean? Those, and then I would say right now, my third is the Puma RX jumps because they just so comfortable on my fucking
Of
feet.
all time.
Of just for I said I'm just going off of shit that I wear.
Okay.
Like I've gotten multiple colors of Puma RSX jumps, and they just comfortable on my feet, and I'm on my feet a lot. You know what I mean? So that's just. And then if I had to pick a shoe to ball in, it's the Barclays.
Which ones?
I had the red jumps and the gray
Original
jumps.
ones.
What year?
Yeah.
Was it 94s?
Was it the 94s?
The purple and white?
No. So I got the reboots. I got the all red. I had the all red jumps, and then I had the all gray jumps. I forgot the name. I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I think it's the same shoe, but just different color scheme.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. So if I'm going top three, New Balance 990, the whole series. Number one. Number two, Air Max. Going with Air Max.
Which one?
So I will say the one. I would say the ones, and I know a lot of people like. I know a lot of people like the 97s, but I was a 98. I like the 98s.
Okay, 98.
But I will say the 97s because they had crazy colors. And third, foams.
I couldn't do phones, bro. Phones,
I only had one pair of
They
phones,
fucked my
but
feet
that
up.
was the foam thing was like because then you had the foam ones, the foam twos, the threes. Then you had like the hyper posit, flight posit, whatever the fuck. You had that whole phase, that foam posit, flight posit phase for us growing up. Yeah, so those three for me. And the Air Max
I just couldn't just get in the phone because they just didn't feel comfortable.
No, they weren't comfortable. They weren't comfortable at all. But I mean, you know, it was the most bought shoe when we was coming up.
Motherfuckers definitely outlined at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning waiting for them Jones.
So in the comments, Abdul Kamara, you remember Abdul?
Hell yeah.
He says 11s, flight posits, and 4s.
11s, flight posits, and 4s. It's I can't disagree. Those are great silhouettes.
Okay. What else?
Whatever questions.
Question for you, man. What helps motivate y'all, man?
To do the podcast or just shit in general?
Everything. What helps motivate you to keep going?
I can tell you right now, bro. Just for me, myself, just for me to just keep going every day. It's my family, man. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like I don't give a fuck about job, work, or whatever. It's my family because at the end of the day, it's just us. It's just me and them. You know what I mean? And I got 3 girls. You know what I mean? My wife. So with them, like that's who completes me. That's why I get up in the morning and go to work. That's why I bust my ass. You know what I mean? That's why I'm out here every day. Is because of them. So that's who motivates me on a regular basis for anything. And that may be like a Hallmark fucking response, but fuck you, pay me. It's the truth.
So that's your answer. I think for me, man, I just constantly think about like what I didn't have coming up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was cool. It was, it was an honor to go to school in Montgomery County. But it's like, I know Dave Chappelle said it, but it's like, you have been poor in Montgomery County, bro. Like, that shit different. It's different, bro. It's different. And the crazy thing is, it wasn't just the black people that was poor.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you think. Like, no. Like, it was a lot of people who was really poor, and their families took a chance and said, it looks really fucking nice out here. And let's just go out here. And, we got in, when shit was just, it wasn't that much more expensive from whatever other county was coming in. Now, shit. For what I'm looking at these prices, I couldn't move back to Montgomery County unless you go move all the way at the end of the Beltway or towards Clarksville or something. You're gonna spend this. You might as well move to DC if you're gonna pay them prices. But I think just thinking like, man, damn, I didn't have fucking nothing, bro. And this is like when you mentioned, you know what I'm saying, your mom getting up early, you know what I'm saying, every day to go to work. Like I watched my mom get the fuck up and I went to work with her. Like I used to go to work with my mother and she was in the mailroom and I used to sit right there and play on the fucking little conveyor belt.
Yeah. I used to do that
you
shit
know
with
what I'm
my
saying?
aunt. My aunt worked at Citizens Bank on a night shift.
Yeah.
And due to the fact that she couldn't leave because I was raised by my my aunt and my grandmother, and due to the fact that she didn't want to leave me and my cousin in the house by ourselves, she would take us to work with her, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I mean, then from there, like having to be in the house by myself at like age 7, like having to walk to school, you know what I'm saying? And like just kind of growing up and like, man, you know, it is what it is. Like I'm like as far as like my whole family, like kind of like at the top. And it's like, bro, like I got to make sure the foundation is set so like this becomes the norm for everyone who comes after me. So I think that's what fused me. And plus it was a pandemic and I was bored as fuck. So, but we'll take one more question, man.
You got one, Rick?
If you got one.
I think I was gonna say, what like you guys are kind of on the outside looking in from our industry, right? I think a question I had for y'all was, what do you as a casual consumer, what do you look at in our industry? Because I pay attention, Leon. You have a bit of disdain for this industry, so I want to know, like, what could we do, keeping in mind that this is our business, what could we do to help out more people like you?
Well, so my issue with this, so
that
this
motherfucker
is
loaded.
This,
you hear
see,
that?
you see, I had
that motherfucker had that Joe loaded. That motherfucker was like,
so I think really the issue is, and this is not talking about you guys, but the issue is in a whole, it's like I'm just the type of person where it's like I just want to go in the shoe store and I want to buy some shoes. Now, granted, where I go, is subject to change. If I know that I'm really looking for some shit, I'm gonna have to go to PG Plaza or something. I know that's where if I want to get a pair of basketball shoes, I want options, I can go there. You know what I'm saying? If I'm looking for some exclusives, like I have to go to your shop or I have to go to this shop or this website. And it's just like, bruh, like just make more fucking shoes, bruh. That's just kind of how I feel like I shouldn't, as a 37-year-old man, I'm not standing in line for nothing. Like I try to do the sneakers thing one time. I'm just not doing it. I'm not standing in line for shoes. So I don't think there's anything that you can do, but I just think like that's just where we're at now. It's like you gotta do a bunch of extra shit to just get the shoe. Like, okay, if the shoe was $300, okay, make the shoe $300, but like make me not have to like have 3 different laptops going at the same time to be able to get it. I don't mind paying for it. I just want just a little bit more accessibility.
Got you. Okay.
That's a good for me, like I said, I've never been the type of motherfucker to jump on trends, right? So I wouldn't like, and it was just, I don't know what it was, but like when the shoe came out, I wasn't getting it when it first came out. Like I'll wait like a couple months or some shit to get it. Not because it's not like, oh, I couldn't afford it, no shit like that. But I'm just like, I already know it's going to be sold off. I'm trying to get it. I'm not about to jump in no fucking line and fucking wait. If I do have a plug, then I'm fucking with the plug. But I really didn't get into your industry, like the resale aspect of it, until I got older. Because if I wanted a pair of shoes, I'll just go into the fucking store and I'm like, all right, well, I want these, and I'll grab the fucking box and I walk out. If they don't have it, then I'm just like, all right, well, I'll just wait until I see them again. But now as I got older, there's shit that I want specifically and I can't get it. So I have to go through like some type of resale business to obtain that shoe. The biggest thing for me is just like, I'm not familiar with it. So like me personally, I just want more education on it. Right. And I've learned a lot about the whole resale thing that I've been wanting to know for like the past few years. And you guys answered most of those questions for me. So I feel a lot more comfortable dealing with stuff, especially with splitting with authentic shit. Like me, I'm a big person on quality. Very, very heavy on quality, right? Like I'm not a big name brand person by no means. I do like wearing nice shit though, but that's because it provides me good quality. I'm not going to go into I don't want to ever go to a spot and I like, damn, I really want these shoes and these motherfuckers are fake. Like I'm going to lose it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it would just be more education for me if it was more. If it was a way for me, and I'm sure you guys are doing this, so trust me, I'll definitely be tuned in whenever y'all do put out information or do talk about whatever. It'll just be more me having the know-how about the actual business and how it works. So I'm more prepared as a consumer. So I have a level of expectation.
For sure.
But there's something I will say that's good though, because of man of my status.
What's your status, bitch?
I don't follow the drops.
Okay.
So I'll come in there and I looked on the wall. I was like, damn, the biohack joints in my size. I don't give a shit if it's not the popular shoe or not. Like, if there's a shoe that I like,
it doesn't have to be popular for
to
you to
know
grab
that
and
I
move
can go in here and I can just drop a 2 or 3 piece and just get the shoe, and I didn't have to wait until them shits got recycled and came back out again. That's good for me. So I think that's definitely like 2 thumbs for that.
Yeah, I called Bug and I talked to Bug on the way home from my class this weekend, and he gave me like a menu of like all the shoes that he fucking seen.
I was like, this motherfucker.
And I was like, damn. I was like, damn. I need to fucking go. I need to go.
Oh, and that's that. We were running low right now, bro.
We are low. Back to school time.
Very low, bro.
But just to answer it real quick, both of y'all's responses were great. They're good for me to hear because I always like to hear feedback. But yeah, Leon, as far as accessibility goes, man, they're doing more now than ever to try to make them accessible. They're making more pairs than ever. They're re-releasing shoes a couple months apart, a couple weeks apart. So hopefully, the consumers, there's more demand than ever, so they're making more pairs than ever. So hopefully, things that the casual consumers want get easier to find. And as that happens in the market, we kind of also make adjustments. So there's a lot of shoes that'll drop at 300 and they'll sell out, but there won't be a strong market for them. So they'll end up selling for 275. So the secondary market's good for that in that aspect. Also to answer Rick, I like really can't express more. Like I can't express it enough that if anybody has any questions or feels any pressure, but they want to like be a part of it in some way, they want to buy something or they want to sell something or they just have questions, you can reach out to us. If you can't reach out to anybody else, you can reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions, and it won't be with an attitude and it won't be like you're bothering us. So if anybody has anything like that, don't feel shy. Like we're like, this sneaker shit is just our job. Like Antonio Brown says, like we go home and we have families and we have interests outside of this every day. So this isn't some high pressure environment, it's home court. This is home.
That's what's right, for sure.
Okay, man. Well, listen, man, look, we appreciate y'all doing this with us, man. I know, man, we have been trying to get this thing done for months. And, just outside of just couldn't get in the schedules aligned, life happened, but I'm so glad we got it done. I had people hit me like, man, where's the goddamn shoe episode? So I think you answered a lot of my questions and a lot of the audience's questions as well. Who will see this? So again, I thank you, but go ahead, let the people know where you guys are located. Give me your social media handle, all that.
We are home court, located at 906 Philadelphia Avenue in Silver Spring, Maryland, 20910. We are at we're Home Court DMV on Instagram. Our website is thehomecourtdmv.com. You can browse all the shoes we have available right now on the website. You can search by size with the little magnifying glass icon. We'd love to have you in store. We're open 12 to 6, Monday through Saturday. We take our rest on Sundays. But yeah, we drop every day at 12 whenever we can. We try to have every size from, 2, 3C to 13, 14, 15, whenever we can. Hopefully we can provide you with some value in your life, and hopefully we'll see some of y'all soon.
For sure.
Good to go.
Dope. I have no dad jokes.
No dad joke today. He's slipping, man.
I'm going through some things, man. Best to believe it's coming.
Y'all are beat up over there.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh, you know
Man.
I am. Look, I'm in. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm about to say y'all don't even know my story. I'll tell y'all after we
They can watch the last episode. They can see it. But look, man, we're gonna close it out, man. Again, man, check these folks out at Home Court DMV on Instagram. Check us out on Captain's Law Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Audio, wherever you listen to your podcast. Make sure you share, subscribe, donate to the cause if you want to. All the link is in the bio. Captain out.